You can divide birth control into what's reversible versus what's not reversible, aka permanent. When we're talking about permanent birth control, primarily it's sterilization. So the colloquial term for it is getting the tubes tied, but really in modern times, we're actually removing the full fallopian tube as opposed to just removing a segment of it or burning it like they used to do back in the day. While there are some circumstances of tube tying being able to be reversed, nowadays, now that we're fully removing the fallopian tube, it's 100% irreversible. And then in terms of the reversible forms of birth control, going from the most effective, so the least likely to lead to contraceptive failure and then unintended pregnancy, we have the long-acting reversible contraceptives. It's kind of a family of birth control methods. So this includes the IUD. There's a hormonal and a non-hormonal version of it. Non-hormonal is good for up to 12 years, but you're not committed for the full 12 years. It'd be removed after a month, even if you wanted to. And then the hormonal version, which can last for up to 7 years, same thing, you're not committed for the full 7. Those are about 99.8% effective at preventing unplanned pregnancy. And then there's also the implant in the United States. The brand name of it is the Nexplanon. That's really the only one that's available on the market. That one is just as effective as removal of fallopian tubes, so 99.9% effective at preventing pregnancy. That one's good for 3 years. And so those are the most effective, but it's not necessarily effectiveness that everyone prioritizes when it comes to choosing a form of contraception. So then a step below that in terms of effectiveness, these are depending on how good you are about taking it, somewhere around 93 to 95% effective. These are your patch, your pill, your ring. The depot shot is in this class as well. All of these methods, they're all hormonal, they're all reversible, and they're not devices that you need in your body. So for someone who maybe that's not acceptable to them or they have anxiety about something like that, something like a pill is not very invasive, or no, to like place a patch on your skin, for example, get an injection once every 3 months. So those are, I would say, like less committal, slightly less effective, but still overall very good forms of birth control. And then kind of a step below that in terms of effectiveness, this includes barrier contraception, so male and female condoms. This includes Phexxi, which is relatively new on the market. So it's a gel that's placed immediately before intercourse. There's the diaphragms and caps and spermicides and things like that in this class. These are roughly 75 to 85% effective, depending on which one that we're talking about. But those are all non-hormonal. And so for someone who is prioritizing non-hormonal birth control, wants to avoid a device, those may be appropriate options for them.